Good evening. Welcome to the premiere edition of FinTV's Plus on FTSN. I'm your host, Sammy, along with my co-host, Fast Eddie Chaput. Eddie, welcome back to Fins TV, now Fins TV Plus on FTSN.
Thanks, Sammy. It's good to see you again.
Well, it's the season premiere of Fins TV was on Tuesday. The series premiere of Fins TV Plus on FTSN today, and the league opens tonight with the Cowboys facing the Eagles. Yeah, a lot of excitement all across the league. Everybody's undefeated. The Colts are undefeated. We're going to talk with Maren Johnson, 2023 Fan of the Year for the Colts. People in our fans love Maren. Big E, Ashley, 305 talked yesterday, was tweeted so many nice things about her. So she's even loving our community. So can you believe that? So it's gonna be a touch about behind enemy lines, but we are no enemies here. We're gonna be friends with Maren. So we got a good way. So Eddie, I'm gonna start with you very early before I go to talk about the Colts. What are your expectations for the season? I want to ask you, do you have a prediction record for the Dolphins right now, Eddie? We didn't talk before on Fizz TV on Tuesday. What are your thoughts on the Dolphins? What are your expectations for the Dolphins for this season, Eddie?
9-8, 10-7.
I've been all over the place from 9-8 to 8-9 to 7-10.
I saw the injury report, and I cannot believe it's all like that already. Yeah, the Colts have one guy on their team hurt, and the whole Dolphin team is hurt again.
But you know what? Last season it was the same thing. I think the game with the least people on the injury report was 7.
Yes.
So we know the drill by now. So I've been all over the place. I think I said on Tuesday 7-10, but right now I'm 8-9. Dolphins are kind of an 8-9 team.
If Tua stays healthy, they'll win.
If they always have a chance, it's that Ricky Tua healthy and Patrick Paul is healthy. Yeah. The Dolphins might have a chance to have reached 9 games even. So it remains to be seen. The roster, the starting lineup looks good, but we know the history of the Dolphins. That it's never easy. Staying healthy is never easy. So it's a premiere show over here. You're using a different platform. So let's see if we can do something here. Let's see if we can talk about the Colts. Let's see if this works. Okay, let's see. Well, Eddie, let me see if I can make it over here. Eddie, where are you? We're trying over here. There's Maren.
Hello.
I had an introduction for you. Let me see if I can play it. It's a premiere edition, so we're trying our best to do things over here. We're trying to do something different. Let's see the intro. Let's see if we can see it. And there you go. So cool. Welcome to Fizz TV Plus, Maren.
How are you guys doing?
We're doing good. Let me see if I can fix that again over here. I'm trying my best. I'm going to have to ask somewhere here. I'm going to have to ask our friend. There you are. Maren, the Colts and the Dolphins are similar in so many ways because, they're up-and-coming teams. They have questions at quarterback. So it's going to be interesting for you guys. You have so many high hopes with a hard pick. Richardson, I think, is the quarterback. But Daniel Jones is not the quarterback. And my first question is going to be to you. What are your expectations about Daniel Jones? We know Daniel Jones has his days as a Giant, but we don't know too many things about him. So what are your thoughts on Daniel Jones?
Just to preface that, I've always loved Anthony Richardson, but Daniel Jones coming in, we don't know what he's going to do with us and for us, and no games have started, and I don't like all the hate that he's been getting because as we know, the season hasn't started. I got to meet him at training camp. He was very nice. He put off very good vibes as a person, just the way that he approached us fans. He was very friendly. And it's like, just let's see what he can do for us first before we pass judgment. So that's my first thought on it is let's, see what he does and see if he can get some wins under our belt and then everybody can have their opinions, and I wish more people could just agree to disagree. But I think I read an article, and I wish I would have wrote down what resource it was, but they said, they referenced a supporting cast, and in New York, he had a different supporting cast. So let's see what he can do with the supporting cast here, because we have so much talent on our team. And I've seen how hard these guys worked at training camp. I got to go to quite a few of the training camps, and a lot of our guys looked great, and we have so much talent that is exciting to see and that we've seen before. And some of our rookies, especially Tyler Warren, it's like, let's see what all that looks like together when it comes out on the field, and how all of those guys can support him. And some of the interviews that the local media has done have talked very highly about him, not just as a football player, but as a leader. They meaning the other players on the team, chose Daniel Jones as one of our captains. So that says a lot about him as a leader. I mean, I don't know as much about him because I never followed the Giants. I'm obviously not a Giants fan, but that just says a lot about him as a person. I also read something that said our rookie Tyler Warren would arrive. I want to say it was around like 6:30 a.m. at our practice facility, and Daniel was already out there running plays and doing practice things, and he's like putting in the extra work, and then he's able to communicate to so many different receivers or running backs different things that he wants them to be able to do, and how it's like they just had that like natural click in communication of plays to run, and like he just seemed to pick up on things easily and put in all that extra time and work that the quarterback needs to do. So let's see what he can do with that.
I think that happens in every fan base. Basically everybody knows around the league that the criticism to us. So we know what is having your quarterback criticized, man. So it is what it is. Daniel Jones was thrown in a difficult situation in New York. So, a change of scenery probably for sure is the best thing for him. What are your thoughts on that, on Daniel Jones, Eddie?
I believe he filled in last year when Kirk Cousins got hurt. I think he was 9-8 last year with Minnesota. Mm-hmm. He throws a lot of interceptions, but he's a big, strong guy. I think he's 6'5".
Very athletic too.
230,
very well.
Can run, which always gives the Dolphins problems.
Oh, trouble. Yes.
Always, at any time. He'll turn it up the field. He's not scared to run. He's better than people think he is. I've always thought that. I always liked him. He went to Duke, so he's smart. He's not like he was a Tar Heel or anything like that. So, but I think he's a lot better than people think. He's a good guy, very athletic, got a decent arm. He has a lot of weapons. That team is loaded on the offensive side of the football.
I remember the Dolphins were really considering drafting him, but the Giants basically drafted him very early. But I remember the Dolphins were really, really interested in drafting him. I think Adam Gase was the coach at that time. I'm not sure about that, but I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that there was the time with Adam Gase was here. So
I try to block out the Adam Gase era.
For sure. Maren, it's very different. In South Florida, of course, we have a canopy of the stadium, but playing in a dome, that's a different atmosphere. I've never been in a dome myself. Yeah. So the home field advantage with that crowd, with the fans that who loves their team, like that your guys in the Indianapolis other team, playing in a dome stadium is giving them, it's for sure gonna give them a very good home field advantage. Also, Jim Mercer is gonna be honored, I think, right during the game. Talk to me about the advantage that the Colts might have on the dome.
Yeah. I mean, even when it can be open, the roof, but the roof has been known to malfunction. So even if they want to open it, it is all weather dependent, depending on like how hot it is, or if there's inclement weather, storms, things of that nature. But even with it open, it can be very, very loud because there was one game I was sick and had to stay home, and I watched it on TV, and I was like, wow, like if it's that loud on TV and the roof is open, like, it's that loud in person. So whether it's open or closed, it's loud, but with it closed, it just makes echo that much more.
Should be definitely the sound of the crowd, and it says that the sound doesn't have nowhere to go, so it goes up, it comes down to the ceiling. So it should be a huge advantage. And the Dolphins have never been known to be very good on a dome, right, Eddie?
They're just not good against good teams.
Yeah, but the Domes, usually the Dolphins have trouble in the Domes. Not against the Colts in the playoffs, not offense, Maren, but other than that, the Dolphins are not really good on Domes, you ask me. What do you think? What are
Yeah.
your thoughts, Eddie?
Well, they're with their RPO offense. They have to be able to hear Tua. So if they're loud, and the Colts fans are always loud, make some noise. It's hard to run the offense, especially if you're changing to a different play. So hopefully they have all the bugs worked out and can use some hand signals because they will be loud, especially for the first game.
Yeah.
Our
city getting pumped up. We're pumped up and ready.
No, absolutely. That crowd has always been known to support their team. Usually, I think they had usually have a seller, right? They have a great crowd, the Rabbit fans. But they also we're gonna be. I think it's gonna be honoring Jim Irsay, right? So
yes, at the first game,
they're gonna have that probably. They have a lot to play for. Jim Irsay, the people in the Dolphins love Jim. My belief is that they love as an owner, they love Jim Irsay. So they had a lot to be motivated about. So it's a dome game. The Dolphins, again, if you ask me, I always have trouble playing the dome. So the home field advantage might cause the Dolphins a lot of trouble because with all the movement they do, they do. Even playing in South Florida, where the crowd is not as rabid, they usually had a lot of mistakes sometimes with so much movement. So the crowd and the dome and the noise are probably going to be a factor, Maren. I want to know your thoughts. The Colts, I think they have a losing streak going about home openers. How many openers? Probably you know this. How many openers they lost in a row? The home openers, Maren.
Like 10 or 11.
I think it's 10.
11. It's 11.
So
yeah, I think it's since like 2016 or something like that.
So, it's a big topic conversation right there in Indianapolis because over here the streak is how many years the Dolphins had not won a playoff game. On your case, it's just a season opener, but I'm pretty sure the fans and the media in Indianapolis are talking about it.
Yeah, I could be wrong on the year, but it's been a decade plus a year, and we're ready to change that starting Sunday.
Absolutely. I'm sorry, Eddie. Streaks sometimes are tough to break, but I don't want to be, catastrophic over here. But the Dolphins have always found a way to be in the wrong end of those streaks. What are your thoughts? How worried about you about the Colts breaking that streak on Sunday?
Oh, if you're asking me, Miami always breaks somebody's streak. They're field goal kickers.
Not in a positive way.
No. If a field goal kicker has never made a 50-yard field goal in his life, he will make it against the Dolphins. It's just how it is. It doesn't bode well for them on Sunday. That's all I could say.
It's really worrisome because just like that, the Dolphins usually come out in the wrong side of streaks. So 10 years without winning a home season opener, home or away, it's a tough streak. So the Colts fans over there, Maren, you two should be very eager winning that game on Sunday.
Yeah, and they just released the other day a very nice introductory video. Edgerrin James, Hall of Famer, did a great video to help pump up the city and get everybody hyped. He's a great hype man, and I'm sure him and a lot of the other greats will be there to honor Mr. Irsay. So that is all the more reason for our fans to be even louder than ever before. I'm not sure what other surprises they'll have, but I know at training camp, if you guys saw on social media, they had a very nice mural that was put together. It was a really neat opportunity that they gave us fans at training camp. And then even if you weren't there in person, you could submit a photo, but they took a photo and they printed small little photos that they had. Someone engineered it in the coolest way, and they had it laid out on a grid, and then it made a photo of him with different scenes from like when we won the Super Bowl and different moments with his daughters. And they said they're going to put it up in Lucas Oil somewhere. They didn't say where yet. I don't think they knew at the time, but that is supposed to be a reveal, I think, at the game. I'm not sure if they're doing that all at halftime. I know they're doing the Ring of Honor at halftime.
Oh, wow.
That'll be a special ceremony. And then the giveaway is a T-shirt that is honoring him. And then whatever else they have planned will be extra special. So.
Eddie, just like that, the crowd's gonna be pumped. The fans are gonna be psyched. The streak is on top of them, so
Yeah.
they're gonna do everything in their power to help the team on Sundays.
Yeah, we got our best guardian angel up there. So.
Anyway, your thoughts? It's gonna be rough. I think that probably the Dolphins media and the Dolphins fan base are underestimating what a tough crowd is gonna be on Sunday.
Oh yeah, it's not just the crowd. If that
The embarrassment.
they have a lot of weapons on that team, and if Daniel Jones decides to play one of his good games, then Miami's in trouble.
Yeah, if he starts running, the Dolphins also have to run probably running quarterbacks. So.
Yeah, I think they're gonna use a lot of 2 tight end sets with Warren and Cox, and I think it's Miami. The coverage on the tight end for Miami. I know players change every year, but we'll see. I mean, Miami's a top 5 defense, so
that's been an Achilles heel. Though tight ends has always been an Achilles heel for the Dolphins defense. But again, last year when we compared the teams last year, the Dolphins were 4th on defense, where the Colts were 29th. But Anarumo, who was a defense, he was with the Dolphins. I think he was with Joe Philbin, right? He went to Cincinnati. He did great with Cincinnati. Took them to the Super Bowl with a great defense. He did a lot with people he had in Cincinnati.
They scapegoated him in Cincinnati. So
and now he's out. He's in the culture.
We're pumped to have him.
Yeah,
you'll be very happy. You can expect very.
Yeah, that's what my fellow fan of the year brother Tony from the 2023 class. He chatted with me about it and said he thinks that we'll all really enjoy him and do well with him coaching our defense. And I got to meet Lou at training camp. Very nice guy, very friendly, just cool guy. And he seems to be adapting well here, and the guys seem to all love him from what I hear. So
he was very like in Miami. He did great with the Bengals. So I think you got a very good up there. You're not going to be 29th for sure this season. On offense, the Colts had the 13th ranked offense last year, but right now with Daniel Jones, Jonathan Taylor is the engine that moves the Colts offense. So what are you going to tell us about Jonathan Taylor, Maren?
I think he's more hyped up. It was very touch and go when all of that happened those years ago, and you could see it on his face at training camp that year when they were trying to work all that out. Like he wouldn't even look at the fans that year, so that was a bummer. But they were negotiating whatever they were negotiating. But now he seems happy and excited and pumped and ready to kick some booty.
Absolutely, Eddie. There were so many rumors about Taylor probably being traded even to the Dolphins.
I know. Right now
I was ready. I was ready. I remember that well.
We were ready. Right now, I thought it was happening. Nope.
That didn't happen. But right now, I'm very happy. We have Devon Achane on the backfield.
Yeah, I'm happy he's still with us. So
you should be. He's the heart and soul for that offense. So you're probably going to start as far as as Jonathan Taylor health and production goes. So, but you should be very happy with it, because I think the running game usually is a forte for the Colts.
Yeah, Eddie, for our young running backs to learn from too, like Giddens, it is looking very promising. And as long as Tyler Goodson can stay healthy, he's a great guy for them to learn from as well.
Absolutely. He probably going to need some rest or some spare, because, the running backs, if you run in too hard, just as Ricky Williams with the Dolphins, if you run too hard, they're going to want to run home.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie, Devon Achane is our running back. He's been in the injuries basically more of the better part of half of the training camp. But right now, he told the press that he's feeling good. What are your thoughts on Achane? Do you think that he's going to start on Sunday and he's going to be his usual self, or are you going to think Ollie Gordon's going to see a big load of the reps?
Yes, on both. I think they're going to split reps. Hopefully he really is. Excuse me. Hopefully he really is healthy. I hope he doesn't go out there and get hurt on the second play. No, I'm being serious. They have no backups. They have Gordon. They have one on that's it. And then they have one on practice squad, Jeff Wilson, I believe. Oh, there might be another guy, but I've never heard of him at all.
Yeah, not me neither.
And so hopefully Achane stays healthy. And if not, Gordon will be their back. I have high hopes for him.
as you know, Eddie, the problem with calves is that usually, the calf is not as big, but the knee, the Achilles, that's the problem. If you start for something else, that might cost them a game. That might be a huge injury. So
the calf can turn into a
yes, they need to find a way to at least give Ollie Gordon a try and try to see what he can do. Because if not, the Dolphins will be in trouble if they lose H. Because last year he was basically the Dolphins' offense MVP. So if they lose H this season, that's one of 3 players. If you ask me, the Dolphins just cannot find a way to do so. Maren, I want to ask you, what are your thoughts on your head coach? Over here, Mike Daniel, the fans love him at first. Right now, he's under fire because he's kind of a different coach. He has a personality. He's trying to do something different. But I want to know your thoughts about your coach, man.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's a lot of mixed feelings just because of where things stand with our team as far as wins go and losses and all of that, and the whole quarterback debacle. So I think the start of the season and thereafter will be more telling. My thoughts have kind of been back and forth with it. Like I've met him a handful of times, very nice guy, but nice can only get you so far. Like you have to do your job. And I've seen people, some people do healthy debates about, yes, he's great and he can call plays or he can't, or he's better, as a offensive minded coach, but not as a head coach. So that's kind of where my thoughts have struggled lately. Like we need to see more to see, yes, is he really fit like more long term to stay with us as a head coach, or is he better fit otherwise as just, an offensive coordinator? So I guess we just need to see more, and then I'll know which way my thoughts are going to sway. But I like him as a person. He's wonderful with the fans. But, yeah, we're just going to have to see some better and more consistent play calling and some more wins. And then I'll decide from there kind of where my thoughts are.
Eddie, when I listen to Maren, basically it's the same. Talk about Tyson. It's basically the same we think about Mike Daniel.
Yeah, they're almost the same team. They really are. I mean, the Colts have better depth, but they're iffy at the quarterback position. Miami's iffy at cornerback position. So it's like the same team. Maybe if they combined them, we could do something.
Maren, what are your thoughts on the Dolphins? Perception? I don't expect you to be an expert for sure on the Dolphins, but what's the perception? I just want to know you as a whole. But you see the Dolphins, what kind of teams you see from your perspective? You don't have to be accurate.
I don't know a whole lot as far as technical aspect, but I have been to Miami for a game. And the first word that comes to mind is fun. I think just because of the atmosphere that my friends and I experienced, we had a lot of fun tailgating at the stadium, and we had a lot of fun in the stadium. I mean, we won, so that made it even more fun for us.
Did you win with Carson Wentz? Is that when?
I'm trying to remember what year that was. It was, I can't remember. I'm trying to remember what year it was.
I know he beat us. I could not believe that we lost to the Colts and Carson Wentz.
I think it was after COVID when they were allowing full fans 100% back in whatever year that was.
2001 probably.
Yeah, so I think 2001. So we were there, and then I think, like you said, you think of your head coach, and he just seems like a fun guy. There's all those funny videos of him running. You think of him, and you see his glasses and his hat and his sweatpants that he's known. When I think of the Dolphins, I think of him first and his attire, and he just seems like a cool, fun guy. I'm like, I want to meet him. He just seems like a fun guy. And I don't think I've ever met any Dolphins players. I've met some other, when we went to Vegas for the Super Bowl with our Fan of the Year class, and it was, the Super Bowl in 2024. I met players from different teams, like Baker Mayfield, super nice guy. I don't think I met any Dolphins players that I can recall. But I mean, everybody seems nice. But of course, if we're playing you guys, we want to beat you,
Yeah, of course.
Did you get to meet? He played for the Dolphins for a while. You signed him last year, but I believe you cut him this year. Raekwon Davis?
I did not. Oh yeah, I did meet him last
He was a
year.
very nice guy.
Yes, and then the other guy that played for you guys for a brief time was our old gosh, why can't I think of the position?
Anthony Walker?
No, Matt Overton.
Oh, okay.
Why can't I think of his position?
Talking about that, you have basically did Milton actually ended up signing with the Colts? Eddie, do you know?
Who?
Milton, the defensive back that was supposed to be the slot corner for us.
Oh, Hilton. I don't know if he ever
Hilton.
signed with him. I don't know if he signed or not. He might have went to the practice squad. I know they have Xavier Howard.
Long snapper. I was like, I knew I knew the position. I just couldn't think of it. I was always a big Matt Overton fan. I had his jersey and would get heckled for it. I got heckled by the Bills fans when we were there, and they were like, "The long snapper? Why would you buy the jersey of the long snapper?" Because I like him. I'm a fan of his, and he always supported our community here in Indy through his charities, and was a big, his volunteerism and community impact was huge here in Indy, and so that was another reason why I was a big fan of his. And I think that's what draws me to other teams or like players from other teams. Like, I know this isn't a Dolphins fan, but like Teddy Cross from the Bengals, like, is another player that jumps out of my mind because he's does a lot of charitable work, and is someone that I met at the Super Bowl. So like, that's what is cool about the NFL and getting to go to events, is meeting guys like that who are involved in community things. So I don't know as much about who is involved in what as far as Miami goes, but that's, something I could look up to learn more about. I do know about through some of my friends that are Dolphins fans. Shout out to Allie and Lisa. I know they post a lot about the cancer charity bike ride, and I know Ian fundraises for that as well. So I've learned a little bit more about that through their posts online. And I know about one of the guys that's coming back from an injury. Is it Jalen Phillips?
Yes.
Yes.
So I know that name because Lisa's posted a lot about his comeback.
Every day.
Wanting him to come back stronger from what he has gone through. I forget what injury he had.
Achilles, right?
Yeah.
And then his knee.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
so yeah.
So Eddie, Xavier Howard now is with the Colts. That should be interesting because Xavier Howard started the last season completely. Now he's gonna be facing probably Tyreek Hill. What are your thoughts on that on Sunday?
And Jalen Waddle. I don't know. His last couple of years in Miami, he was not the same Xavier Howard. No matter how much Homer wants to say he was, his biggest
Homer.
fan in the paper.
He was the one that hadn't played since 2023.
Yes.
Yeah.
2023. He's got a ton of
don't say it.
No, he's got a ton of
incidents.
I'm not going to say the other thing.
There's a lady with us here.
Yes, we have a nice young lady here. I'm not going to say what he's known for also. But no, he's got a ton of talent. Maybe the year off will do him good. He's going to want to show Miami up. I mean, I kind of wanted him to re-sign him in the offseason just because they weren't signing anybody at the cornerback position. But I think he's somebody they could target because I know he can't stay with Tyreek Hill. But that's if Hill's healthy.
For sure, it remains to be seen because after being on the field so long, someone like Xavier Howard, he has some pride. You cannot deny that. So I can expect him to do his best to be on the field as his best. But that's a long while to be off the field. So it's going to be a tough task to cover Tyreek Hill and
he has a knack for getting the ball. I'll tell you that. Either punching it out of somebody's arms or intercepting it. So
that's why we love them. That he was clutch. Those turnovers. That's something to look for sure. Maren, I want to know your experience as fan of the year for the Colts. It's a great honor to be a fan of the year. What's the criteria do you think that basically got you to be the fan of the year? You shared the word, your interaction with the team, as a fan. What are your thoughts about that?
It's kind of a twofold thing. I know we meaning our whole class learned that the NFL had created this program when it first started back in 2020, that they wanted to not only honor fans for their dedication to their team, but also their dedication to their community. And so if we all think about the impact that not only each of our organizations and teams make, so for example, like the Colts and the Ursay family started Kicking the Stigma campaign. I know like the Dolphins have the Cancer Challenge.
Yes.
And those are two huge things in the NFL that are ongoing and make a big positive impact. And then you think like from there it breaks down to, you know, players have their own individual causes. So like one of our former players that's now on the Eagles, Kylan Granson, he still is active in the indie community, even though he's now in Philly.
That's
So
awesome.
go Kylan, even though I'm not an Eagles fan, I will root for him all day, every day. But he has an organization called KG's Kids that supports literacy for kids across communities to provide books, to get more books in the hands of kids. And he still actively does that. His parents live in Indy. His mom is a teacher in the Indy community and helps, you know, spread that around. So those are just some examples of then how players are personally involved. And so then they wanted that to trickle onto the fans, to inspire fans to get involved in their community if they weren't already involved. And my family and friends know that I've been an active volunteer with an organization called Champ Camp. It stands for Children Have a Lot of Motivation and Potential. And I started as a student volunteer 17 years ago when I was in graduate school for occupational therapy. And it is a camp specialized for kids that have tracheostomies, or they're on ventilators, or they need some kind of respiratory technological assistance. And one of the founders, Nancy, she's a child life specialist. They found that these kids didn't get, you know, like a true camp experience to be around other kids like them that had a trach, were on a ventilator. And so they started, I think, 35 years ago with maybe 5 campers. And now here they are 35 years later, still going strong with way more than that. I think we could be up to 30 campers. And so that was one of the things that for anybody, they like to see how you make a positive community impact. And one thing I always tell people, like I've seen people be like, oh, but I don't live in Indy, or I don't live in Indiana. I'm like, you don't have to live in the city, let alone even the state of the team that you're a fan of. We had so many people in our class that live in other states out of where they're, you know, the fan from. And so that is not a factor at all. So I encourage anybody out there to go for it. You have until September 29th to submit for yourself, a duo, or someone else that you know. But that is a huge, huge part of it that they, I think, are inspired by anybody's uniqueness and how they make that positive community impact. So that was one part of it. I've also been an occupational therapist, working with special needs children for 15 years. I've always worked with kids. I've worked with adults during a PRN job as well, which I've enjoyed, but my passion has always been with kids. That's what I've specialized in. And I actually just started a new job with Ascension St. Vincent, one of their outpatient clinics through Peyton Manning Children's Hospital. And I'm enjoying that a lot and looking forward to the opportunities that that's provided me in my career to use my skills from all the years I've been working as an OT to help even more kids and families. So those two things are huge. And then it's kind of interwoven with your fandom. Like, I'm a cheerleader for my team, but I'm a cheerleader for the kids at camp. I'm a cheerleader for the kids and the families that I work for. And even just today, I met a kid, the last kid of the day. I had a 5 o'clock patient, and him and I met for the first time. And, you know, they meet a new person. They're hesitant. They kind of test the waters a little bit. As soon as we started talking sports and we started talking football, like, we connected. And his mom even confirmed that that just gave me chills. I'm like, I could talk sports,
awesome. Yes.
specifically football, with anybody, anytime, anywhere, any day. And just to know that, like, football can have a positive effect on a kid, and that, like, he forgot about what he was even nervous about or what he was afraid of because we just started talking football. And it's like we knew each other for a while already because football brought us together.
Football is nice for sure. And, you know, I commend you for that, for always, you know, paying it forward to there's some. And also there, we talk about Lisa, we talk about Biggie,
Yeah.
Dog Freaky, Ali,
Yeah, all of
and,
them.
and so many other Dolphins fans who do great charity work. They do so many for not only as charity work, they do so many for other Dolphins fans to get them tickets, to find a way to get that. I'm sure you see those experiences in your fans base too. But it's really
Yeah.
important that
There's a lot of great people in the Colts community I have met through social media. One of my good friends, Missy, I met her through Colts Twitter. I still always call it Twitter. It'll never be X to me.
it happens to me too. You know.
We met. She took me to my first Colts training camp back in 2017, and I met Adam Vinatieri, and like I forever have that lifelong memory because of her kindness. And now her and I meet up at games, and we tailgate together, or we'll go to other events together. And then I've met other friends through her, Linda and Mary, and Missy's husband John, and like the fandom and the friends have just continued to grow and grow and grow from all of those people. Another great friend, Deb, and my friend Taylor, and like all of them I have met through Colts social media, and then we met in person at events or games, and it's just been wonderful, the friendships that have come from it just within our fan base. And that's not even talking people like Ali and everyone else that I've met from other teams. So.
Absolutely. What did you, when you said what the last day to enter to be the fan of the year? Which year was it?
September 29th.
September 29th. There's so many great fan base in the Dolphins community, from Bob to Bobby Finstock. I think someday is going to be fan of the year. I love Beard, and of course Ali, 304 Sport Base, will someday be fan of the year. So many great stuff. And you heard Maren, Eddie. Even you don't have to live in Miami to be a fan of the year. You can nominate me next year. Come on,
Yeah,
Eddie.
I was going to nominate you.
I need your nomination. You need to nominate me.
I was going to do it this year.
No, this year you have so many great.
One inspiring nomination.
Please.
It's not a voting process.
Please.
You don't have to have 100 people send in a nomination. Like, it's just one good, inspiring, quality thing that they're inspired by their story, and that's all it takes.
So such a great honor to be in any field in life, to be recognized and respected by your peers, even in like you said, football unites, and even in football, when you're respected by your peers and you're recognized by your peers, it's a great feeling. So you should be honored, and people love it. Even people like I said before, people even the Dolphins community love you. So it must be a great feeling. Yeah. Before we go, I want to know your thoughts. What's your prediction? I'm pretty sure I know who you're gonna say is gonna win. But if you can give me a score, Maren, I want to know your score. What do you think is gonna be the final score for the game?
It's been hard. I've been on work with my new job.
Don't do too much math on your head, because a field goal plus a safety. Don't do too much math.
And I'm excited about our kicker, Spencer Schrader. He is from Westfield, which is outside the Indy area, which is where we have our training camp. He played kicker at Notre Dame. He was back and forth with us last year, and then ended up with the Chiefs at the end of the season, got to go to the Super Bowl with them, even played for their kicker when he was injured, not at the Super Bowl, but so I'm like thinking about that. I feel like he's going to get us a lot of field goals and be accurate every time he, has to step up to the plate. So I don't know. I know we're going to win because I'm manifesting that, but the score,
you have to, yes, for sure.
Let's say, I like the number 7 and the 20 seem more accurate. I'll say 27 to 10.
Oh, that's a huge win for the Colts. Eddie, what are your thoughts? Your thoughts that's fine. Anyway, what do you think? What's your prediction for the score?
I think it'll be in the 20s for each team. I believe it's probably 28-24, 27-24, right in there.
Yeah. Now that you say that, I feel like I'm way off on my numbers. As far
it doesn't matter. You're good enough.
It's just for fun.
But I think we'll have the 27, but it could be close. But we're gonna still pull out the W.
You're firm enough scoring 27.
I'm firm on the win.
That's the sure thing.
and I'm firm on us having the higher number. But as far as what I could predict you guys get, all I know is it'll be lower than what we have.
Eddie, you had the Dolphins winning or the Colts winning? Because I didn't get that. Do you have winning the game?
Do I have to answer on this or no?
Because yes, you have to. It's a premier show. You have to today.
Sorry, everybody. I think the Colts are going to win.
Oh, you have the Colts 27-24, right? That's basically what you have.
Last second field goal. Yeah. Or an overtime.
I have the Dolphins winning 27-24. So it is what it is. We'll see what happens. Again, a formidable opponent where you consider the crowd, the circumstances, the Dolphins going to the dome. The Colts and the Dolphins had so many months to prepare to this game. So this game is going to be completely different to any other game. So anything can happen in the season opener for sure. So it's a toss-up basically. The betting odds in Las Vegas basically said the same thing. They had the Colts sometime. Now the Dolphins are ahead before kick time. Because kickoff, we'll see what happens. Today is the NFL opener, so I want to let you go. So I know you ran from work. I really appreciate you joining us. Hopefully next time the Dolphins play the Colts, we can meet again and have another conversation. So Eddie, I appreciate you, my brother. It was a premiere episode, some kind of bumps, but we'll figure this out. So Eddie, I appreciate you. We'll talk after the game on Fins TV on next Tuesday. So Maren, thank you very much. Eddie, thank you very much. Good night and good luck, guys. We'll see you soon.
Thank you, Maren. You're awesome.
Thank
you.
Good
to meet you guys.
You too.
Thanks for watching Fins TV. Please like and subscribe.